Hello guys, welcome to this video lesson. You will learn best practices for setting up your structural model correctly from scratch in TSD. We'll look at how to handle complex geometry and advanced modeling with ease. We'll also look at the secret fast modeling tools hidden in Tekla Structural Designer. So here is the welcome interface of Tekla Structural Designer. We are going to be starting by creating our levels. Come to the construction level option, click right there. So here click on the insert above twice to have the first and second level. We provide a spacing for each of the level. So the first space is going to be 3000 millimeters, and then the second space is going to be 4000 millimeters. So in the type provisions, we have to change these provisions to TOX, which is top of steel, and also for the ST1 we change it to top of steel, and we are good with our construction level. Click on the OK options. We want to create the grid lines for this structure. We navigate to these provisions and click on the import DSF file. I will select this file as my grid line file set from AutoCAD in DSF format. Click on open. So here leave everything positive. Navigate to the DSF unit. I will change this to millimeters and click on the next options. I want to populate these grid lines to the ST1 level and as well ST2 level and click on finished. I will need to rearrange this grid line numbering, as you can see. So I have to select the grid line and navigate to architectural grid options, right click and click on renumber. Now I will want the vertical grid names to be numeric, so I'll change it this way and click on the OK option. So this is rearranged successfully. To start modeling, I will be tying my window vertical, so I will select on the 3D provisions, right click and use this option of vertical tab group. Okay, so now this is the base options. So at this base, I want to start to model. I will select on the stanchion. And then you can see from here the top constraint and the bottom constraint of the stanchion. Selecting this provision, right click, and then I will select ST1. I will scroll down to check the section of my stanchion. I will go by this section UC 254 section. So I will do a window over the grid line intersection, release my hand to have this column placed successfully. You can see in the 3D. So I want to change the level of this intermediate columns. This one I'll have them selected just like this. From the top level, I will select in the property window and choose ST2. So that level is being updated successfully in the 3D window. Now we want to start to model the steel rafter. So what I will do, I will expand this window. So should in case you want to actually rotate the stanchion, just have to select it, and then in the property window you see options of rotate. Select here, you can change it to 90 degrees. It's been rotated to 90 degrees successfully, but we'll leave it at 0 degrees successfully. Alright, so to start modeling the beam rafter, I will select on the beam option right here. So in the property window, I will need to change the section of these beams. Of course, I'll be using universal beam, so I'll be considering this section of 2305. Successfully, I click on select options. So if I should start modeling, you will notice that if I pick at this point and I picked here and continue to pick just like this, so this modeling is quite very slow. How do I model fast? I will have to undo and then I escape from the command. So we will use this option of slope plane. So I just have to select that. So I need to pick the first point, pick second point, and pick third point to create a slope plane in that phase. So if I navigate to this provision right here, you can see IP1 meaning slope 1. So I also pick at this point 2, select this point, and then this other point to also create a slope plane on this other phase of this model. So I have to slope face right here. I'll escape from the command and then the first one I'll double click on that, so it will take me to the plan of that slope. So in this plan of this slope, I'll select on this 3D and then I'll drag it to this side, so you can be able to see while we are modeling in the plan view, and then it will be reflected in the 3D view successfully. So I will adjust the structural property view right there. So we proceed, click on the beam options, and then we'll take the section of this beam. So in this section provision, we have to expand this to be able to select the right section. Okay, so this is the section we are going to be considering. So I'll now continue to model based on the slope I've created. All right, so I'll pick on the beam again. Make sure you have to select in this window that has the IP1 slope, okay, before you proceed to select on the member, and then scroll down, check the member section as well. Now continue to model. So you can see that as I'm modeling in the plan view, it is also reflected in the 2D view successfully. All right, so I'll continue to model just like this. You can see. All right, so having modeled successfully, I will need to also model my polygons. So for the polygons, I will need to navigate to the edit tab and proceed to this create infill option. Once I click right there, I'll select in these provisions and use by maximum space, and I'll space between the polygons to be 900 millimeters. Then I will scroll down to the section of these polygons. I will select in these provisions and choose a new section for the polygons, which I'm going to be considering advanced UK PFC. I go straight away to 150 section and select that successfully. Also, one more setting I have to do here, major alignment provision. This is going to be bottom. All right, so now I proceed. Once I put my pointer inside of these provisions, you can see the polygons is being created successfully, just like this. You can see. You can see over here in the 3D. All right, so I'm done with modeling at this phase. Okay, so I'll escape from the keyboard and then I will navigate to the IP2 option. Double click right there. So you can proceed to activate the slope, so you can actually know the phase that you have your slope like this. You can see, so I have my slope here and here. Right, so to start modeling on this particular phase, let me zoom it closely just like this. Okay, I will have to click in this window of IP2 before I click on this beam options. Then in the property window, I will need to now select the right beam section. All right, from the section provisions, I will choose this 305 section. Okay, after which I start to model from this point to this point, so you can see, and then I continue the modeling. So you can see how fast it takes to actually use the slope options to carry out modeling just like this. Alright, so after which we will proceed for the polygons instructions. I will escape from this command and navigate to the edit tab right here and then create infill. In these provisions, I will use maximum space options and then provide the spacing. It will be 900 millimeters and navigate to the section. So this is polygons. Alright, so I will use these options. Okay, so the major alignment is going to be bottom options, just like this. Then you can proceed to place the polygons. Alright, so you can see in the 3D that the polygons has been placed successfully. Okay, I can deactivate the slope now. So over here we have the slope. So slope. Okay, then just select in this face, and then I can deactivate the slope from here. Right, so to populate this, I will use mirror options to populate it. So what I will do is I will just need to select this or I can orientate this properly and then look at it at the front, or change the view to this side where I can select almost all the members at once. But we can do that also in 3D, selecting them one by one carefully. So I will select that by holding down the control key on the keyboard. I can select multiple of these members. I will select this one and this. Alright, so I've selected all of these members. What you need to do, let us just update this way. Right, then we use mirror, this one, just pick on that and then pick at this point and take it all the way to this point and click. So you see we have that model successfully. So over to this other side, we are going to be selecting the members. Alright, so having selected all the members from this phase, we also use the mirror options. We pick from this point all the way to this point to have it placed successfully. So you can see how fast that we have been able to model this structure successfully. Okay, so we can proceed to the modeling tab and click on the beam options and then change the section of the beam to UB, and then we'll complete the top level beams just like this. So we can have this level with a series of beams. Okay, so we proceed to the edit and then infield options. Right, so we can navigate to the level right here and navigate to the top level of this. So the infield will be prompted. Now click on that and then we use maximum space. I will cancel that. Maximum space, provide a space of 1200 millimeters, and then be able to select the right sections. B to have our beams placed successfully just like this. Alright, so navigate to 3D and then this is the model. Okay, so this is how you can use smart tools to actually model your structure very fast using Tekla Structural Designer. So if you want to become a pro user of any of these software that we teach on our YouTube channel, join our mentorship program that is ongoing right now to be pro and develop more confidence while you are designing with any of these softwares successfully. Do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel, Soft Freezing Academy. Also drop your comment in the comment sections if there's any. See you in the next presentations and bye for now.